building. Welcome to Incense and Common Sense, the live streams that we do here on the Alert Zone TV. Oh yeah. It's that time. You are officially in the incinerator. Welcome to the live streams that we do here. Hold on. Let me see. Let me get this light on. Yeah. That looks a little bit better. Sorry about the lighting, everybody. This was kind of a last minute thing. As you guys know, we got to shout out to Eyes and Ears Tactical for sending this to me. Y'all guys and girls know that's my brother. Hit the like button as you come in. This is the new incinerator. This will be, when you see this, you know I'm probably home at the headquarters of the Alert Zone TV. If you see my little wooden ones, incense burners, I'll probably be out on the road. I'll be in the new mobile office. So that being said, welcome. I hope everybody is enjoying the day, being safe out there. You see, I got my Beat the Creek shirt on. Shout out to Cy Fair High School in Houston, Texas. Miss Williams, if you see this, my son has said that he's going to put us in contact so I can actually arrange a video with you. I have not forgotten, Miss Williams, so shout out to you. And thanks for educating my son. Shout out to all the ladies out there. Shout out to everybody. I definitely want to give a special shout out to all the truckers in New Orleans right now that's pulling the truck parade. I know they canceled the parade Tuesday because of the windstorm and they moved it. So shout out to y'all. Let me make sure, well, I'm pretty sure I see people coming in. We give everybody about 5 minutes, about another 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll get the live stream started. I know they have the settings where you can have the music to play before the actual live stream start. I just always like to take this time to just shout everybody out in the first 5 minutes. That's just the format we're going to try and keep here. I wanted to do this at noon today, but I forgot the time went forward. So when I got up, my old manual clock in the room showed me 9:30, but it was actually 10:30. Excuse me. So I went to go get a haircut, but I wanted to do this directly at noon because I wanted to do something. So I'll just go ahead on and announce it to y'all. It's 3 o'clock in the evening. I know it's not noon on the dot, but all right. What's going on? Where I'm from? I'm from New Orleans. I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I live out here in Iowa, but I'm born and raised in New Orleans. I spent the first 30 years of my life in the NO town. So for anybody that didn't know, that was a question that was asked. We got 23 people in the room I'm seeing. Let's get those likes up. All right, we up to 4 likes. But since it's still daytime, so you guys and girls who got the chance, you saw me do Midnight Madness. I wanted to do this at noon today because we also got something called Midday Mania here in the Alert Zone TV. It's something that's new. So I want to try and get my live streaming in the daytime, around noon if I can, and at night. No, I'm not mad at nobody. Say I'm mad at somebody. Nah. But I definitely want to try and I understand with the time zones, and because this is a worldwide movement, people watch from all over the world. Always live streaming in the evening time. What's going on? Always live streaming in the evening time might not be the best thing. So sometimes it's just best to do this, at night. Sometimes I'll be up late. And, it was funny. I'll say this before I get started on today's topic. My youngest son, I talked to him yesterday, and he asked me about live streaming. And I told him I did it Friday night at midnight. He said, "Dad, you was up at midnight?" Because everybody know I got this thing. I'll be in the bed early now. 8, 9 o'clock, I'll be in the bed going to sleep. And I was up till midnight. So he was like, "I can't believe you stayed up till midnight." And I said, "Yeah, I had to fight it. I ain't gonna lie. I had to fight it, but I stayed up till midnight to do that live stream, Midnight Madness, and we had several people that tuned into that. So, definitely. Okay, well, we already at the 5 minute mark, so let me go ahead and get into it. So, I wanted to shout out Autumn's Armory here on YouTube, Yoke Gang and Yoke Stirrup, Guns and Journey, Mrs. Outlaw, Santee TV. I see you've been posting as of late some shorts from a couple years ago with your crazy behind down there in Texas. Santee TV, if you see this, you need to reach out to me, sister, because I definitely want to get you back out here in GunTube, because I really enjoyed your channel, that you were just authentic and you just used to have a lot of fun. So Santee TV, you see this, you better hit up. Hit me in the comment section. But not only shout out to those female gun tubers, shout out to all the ladies, whether this is the channel for you or you like other channels, that's not only into 2A, but that's into just protecting themselves. We really appreciate that. We really love that the ladies are out here protecting themselves, because you need that. See, we got 8 people, 9 likes. I guess my goofing off done ran some people off, but I just wanted to talk about the ladies and the need for women to get out here and legally protect themselves. Not only buy a firearm, but learn it. Learn how to keep that firearm on your person. I know y'all love to put it in y'all purses. Learn your firearm. You need that. Protect yourself out here. You guys and girls who tuned into Midnight Madness, you know I brushed on that Lil Ronnie killing out in Fort Worth. And I didn't like that they killed that little girl. But it made me think about, in the last 3 or 4 years, the amount of savagery that has been shown towards women. Now, I understand that women are not synonymous with crime, but that don't mean that they're not involved in it. They're just not synonymous with it. But there was a time where, for about 3 or 4 weeks straight, all the news stories I seen. What's going on, Ronnie? I'm just out here doing the work, trying to live stream a little bit more so I can connect with the people, you know. Like I was saying, where I seen things I had never been seeing before. Shooting women 20 and 30 times for about a month straight. That was the thing. And I don't know what made it a thing, but it just made me think, you know, the streets have changed. Unfortunately, equality is here. And we always think about the good sides of the coin, but we never think about the bad sides of the coin. The bad sides of the coin. Equality has reached the criminal world, and it's rearing its ugly head, and it's not a pretty thing. I'm starting to see more and more stories of elderly women being sexually assaulted by teenage boys that's hyped up on these sexual stimulants, you know, Molly's and Percocets and all this shit that they out here taking. These guys have a sexual appetite, and they're not having an issue with going after 70 and 80-year-old women. I mean, it has become disgusting what has happened out here. But you know what? Whether you like it or not, you have to adapt to it, because survival is key. Self-preservation is key. Ladies, listen to me, and listen to me really well. Go and get you a firearm or firearms. Practice with them. Learn them. Get used to carrying them on your person. Don't put your safety in the hand of 911 because you never know. You have to understand something. And this is just how serious it has gotten out here. And I forget what channel I saw this on, but shout out to this channel. The Robert Brooks situation. The officers that went on strike in upstate New York. Somebody pointed something out that I didn't even think about. They didn't go on this strike until after these officers got indicted for killing this man. And what they're striking for, they want to be able to keep solitary confinement around. They've been offered pay raises and everything else, and they've turned them all down. They're refusing to do their job. For those of you who may not understand, during the George Floyd uprisings, I know some of y'all may disagree and say it was a riot. Well, guess what? It was a white convicted felon that started the rioting up there in Minnesota, in AutoZone, at that AutoZone, busting the windows out. It was the black folks that stopped him. Law enforcement knew exactly who he was. He was sent there to start that. So I don't even want to hear that about it was a riot. It was a protest, peaceful protest, and it turned into what it turned into. But it wasn't the quote unquote usual suspects that started it. So let's just get that straight. But since 2020, especially in Kansas City, all my people in Kansas City, you know what I'm talking about. Law enforcement have decided they're not going to answer certain calls in certain areas anymore as a way of them protesting the fact that they can't brutalize people the way they want. And you hear stories all the time about, we call law enforcement, it was 45 minutes, it was an hour. Hell, we even had dispatchers say, well, ain't nobody coming. Don't depend on 911. As a law-abiding citizen, you have the right, especially here in America, to practice your Second Amendment rights. Stop letting people telling you something is bad about protecting yourself. Because at the end of the day, once you lose that sense of security, you'll never get it back. Get out here. Learn your firearm. Tune in, so support some of these female YouTubers that can tell you about carrying firearms on yourself, on your person. Shout out to Dr. T. I know since she found this channel, she's always hit me up, and she's been in a couple of these live streams and what have you, so shout out to her. But I want everybody to protect themselves. And I'm an advocate for the law-abiding citizen because the criminals have their advocates. The women that's in the street don't need nobody to tell them to arm themselves because they're already doing that. It's the law-abiding women who don't want to arm themselves. It's the ones that we got to bring dragging and kicking and what have you. But get out there, get legally armed, especially for my younger women. If you in that, I'm going to say 25 and under age group, boys grew up different with y'all and y'all generation than when we grew up. We grew up seeing girls as girls. Boys grow up seeing girls now as their equals, and that's dangerous because there is no amount of shame that, oh, he's less than a man because he hit a woman. That day is gone. I don't care. I noticed a lot of y'all like to get out here and jump up in these men's face, and you're getting punched down now, and you're screaming, he ain't no man because he hit a woman. Well, that's just the way it is. It's like the streets. I'm 45 years old. I'm too old to be out there. These young boys ain't taking no ass whooping. It's just what it is. Why would I go out there and play a young man's game? I can't win. For me, I don't need a gun to settle every situation. Hell, every situation don't even call for using these. Sometime if you guys will stop and just chit-chat with each other, you'll find out that you don't have a bigger problem with each other as you think you do. But we don't live in that world no more. I don't live in a world where if I had an issue with one of these little young dudes, I can probably talk to them because they don't come from there. They come from shoot first, ask questions later. Well, you know what? I would be a fool to be out there still trying to run up and down with them little young boys like that and then complain about the way they rock. Well, ladies, y'all got to understand that. Forget what it was. You got to go on what it is. And what it is these dudes that's out here now and these chicks, because a lot of y'all don't understand. These women are just as dangerous as these dudes. They just not synonymous with violent crime, but they're just as dangerous. How you think a lot of this stuff gets set up? So I just wanted to do a little short live stream about that. Um, and to just interact with everybody since I had the time, What do you guys and girls think? Hit me in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about women getting legally armed and learning the laws and protecting themselves. And ladies, I want to know, when are y'all going to get active about making sure we have a universal reciprocity law, like y'all do about baby termination? Baby termination is a big thing. Whether you believe in it or not, the fact is that's something that women are willing to publicly fight for. Get on this train and help us publicly fight for y'all protection, and y'all to be able to protect yourselves around the country, because it's rough out here. It's rough out here, man. While I'm at it, shout out to Gun Freak Nation too. T Electric, definitely. He was one of the guys that was out here years ago amplifying and sounding the alarm to the women about these home invasions that involve sexual assaults and what have you, and that you got to protect yourself. And, from just seeing things that I never seen before when it came to the streets. I know some female gunslingers. When I grew up, I was around some female gunslingers, but that's not the norm. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, ladies, get out here and protect yourself. It's just that simple. So, what y'all say in the comment section? Let me know. I'll answer a couple of y'all questions while we still sitting here. Because this was I was going to do a recorded video and I just decided to do it live. So, if anybody got anything they want to say to me in the comment section, let me know. I'll address it. We got 10 people in the house I'm seeing now. Oh, by the way, I will be setting up an Instagram and I think a TikTok later today. Because I can live stream on multiple platforms on StreamYard. So we still in the infinite stages of learning this technology. You guys and girls know. And if you know me personally, you know I'm a damn dinosaur. And I'm still behind in technology. Shout out from NOLA. Okay. All right, where you from in NOLA? I'm from Uptown. I grew up on Jackson and Robinson. That was where I made my bones at. Washington and Russian Blade is where the first time I saw a murder. So, you from the Lower Nine? Okay. I used to live on France and, what's that, France and Villeray? Was it France? I believe it's France and Villeray. Right off Claiborne back there. When Katrina hit. I lived in the Florida Project for 4 years. Shout out to the 9th Ward. CTC. Cutthroat City. They gave that the right name. St. Maurice. Oh, you know what? My great-grandmother used to live on St. Maurice Street. Rest her soul. At the elderly assisted living building. I think my great-grandmother was almost 90 when she passed on. But, yeah, I used to be on St. Maurice Street over there. Across the canal. Yep. Villa. Okay. All right. Yeah. Shout out to you, man. It's always good to see people from home. Shout out to NOLA. Shout out to the 504. Uptown, downtown. Just everybody down there, Shout out to the whole world. So, where you checking in from? Since I'm here, we might as well just say, everybody drop in where you checking in from. I might have been in your neck of the woods, or I might be coming to your neck of the woods. This summer, like I said, I plan on doing a lot of getting out. I'm going to be doing some of these road live streams, and you never know, I might meet some of y'all in public. Georgia? Okay. Got Georgia in the building? I got that. SD9 2.0. How do you like it, the SD9 2.0? I was kind of considering it. Yeah, I was kind of considering it because I'll be honest, like I said, the first SD9 that I own is just too snappy for me. It's really loud, it's real snappy, but it's dependable. Um, and that's why I won't ever get rid of it. It's really dependable. I've never pulled the trigger and it didn't go bang, so I'll give it that. Okay, okay. Everybody give a thumbs up. We have somebody that just let us know they got their first firearm in August. And man, I appreciate you getting legally armed. You from the NOLA, so you already know what I'm talking about as far as arming yourself. Because you even know about a year or two ago, you had a string of a whole bunch of chicks getting killed down there, man. And it was very brutal. And I remember Mayor Cantrell addressing it. Even though she told the truth and they attacked her for it, I didn't like it because she said that these weren't innocent women, that they were involved in things, but it was just that level of brutality people hadn't seen for women that was involved in that type of stuff. So shout out to you from NOLA for protecting yourself. Okay, okay, yep. Yeah, Louis. Okay, so let me go ahead on and jump on that real quick. The Louisiana has the constitutional law now. I want you guys to understand one thing though. There's one thing asterisk about that. The French Quarter is a gun-free zone, and that was done because of the tourists. So you still got to know where you legal to, to constitutionally carry and what have you. But still, I'm glad you're practicing your Second Amendment rights. I would love for them to get the law passed that says that after 18 you can buy a handgun. The Supreme Court struck that law and said that it was unconstitutional to tell people at 18 that they couldn't own a handgun. Of course, it's going to fight the appeals and what have you, but still, I'm glad you're protecting yourself. Let me explain something to everybody about New Orleans, since we got somebody from New Orleans that New Orleans is a place when you go, you'll have a lot of fun. If you mind your business, 9.5 out of 10 times ain't nobody gonna bother you. At least in the old New Orleans, the most dangerous dudes in the city, you never can tell they was like that because they were some of the best dudes to be around. You can sit down with guys and girls that was almost like Sammy the Bull type when it comes to stretching people out, but you never can tell they was that type of person because they was just fun, the life of the damn party. You know what I'm saying? So we got any ladies in the building that's legally armed or thinking about getting legally armed? Drop me a comment. I'll be on in a couple more minutes. Said I was just gonna do it until this incense burned out, but it went out. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me go get another one. Speaking of which, I was back there before I started this live stream watching Swamp People. Swamp People always remind me of home, so I was out there checking out Swamp People, Definitely. We got 14 likes. We got 11 people in the building. Shout out to everybody that's still in here. Like I said, go and watch some of these female content creators, and if you find one you like, support her. For those of us that do this content, we don't get the sponsorship that other people get in other genres. YouTube. Oh, that's your favorite show, Swamp People? Man, I love that. I'll get to it in just a second. But, all right, we down to 7. Everybody's dropping out. But anyhow, go and support your favorite female gun tubers. Buy merch, or even just view the material. Whether you agree with what they say or not, be respectful in the comment section. Let them know if you agree with them or not and why, because they'll all engage with you. But yeah, YouTube suppresses it. I'm not gonna comment on that. I did go to her channel and I hopped in her live stream a couple weeks ago, and I just let her know that I tuned into her channel because I seen a gun collection video some years back, and I just wanted to see if she knew what she was talking about, and it sounded like she knew what she was talking about. And that was that. So I'll still get to catch up from time to time. But and to my ladies, if you're thinking about getting into this space, there's room for everybody. I'm gonna just say this to anybody that wants to get into any kind of live streaming, any kind of, be authentic and stick to your person. Stick to your personality. Me, this is the nutritionist channel. I'm the cauliflower and Brussels sprouts. Most people don't get excited to see me. Nobody's dying like that. I don't have millions of people dying to see my content like that. It's not all just me shooting and having fun. And I understand that makes it nutritious. That makes me the Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. You're not excited for me. But at the end of the day, after you digest it, you think about it. It was food for thought, and it might keep you out of trouble. So I'm okay with that. I'm sticking to what I planned on this channel being when I started. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate the flowers. This is, I've had people criticize me on here and off of here that this is not a Second Amendment channel. And then they've watched me have conversations with people in public and say I didn't know that. And I explained to them, well, if you would just watch my channel and listen to me, you would understand. I just teach because, for whatever you think about them, New Orleans Police Department made me learn this young about the law. We didn't get stopped lawfully. I can tell you, up until the time I moved away from New Orleans, maybe 3 or 4 times I got stopped, that it was an actual lawful stop, that I did something wrong or what have you. Other than that, they didn't need a lawful reason to pull us over. We just got stopped just because. And I don't mean when I was an adult, I mean as a little young boy. Just something simple as going to shoot basketball or sitting on the porch listening to music, and they would run up on us. So this is why I decided I'm going to teach you guys and girls, from my experiences, the best way to deal with them. And to always assume, especially if you know you haven't done anything wrong, we need a real mayor. You know what? I'm going to talk about that mayor stuff too. I've learned how to deal with NOPD coming up, and the fact that it doesn't matter what my rights were on paper. On the side of the road, I had to survive, and you know what? I'm still here to tell y'all about it. I'm still here to tell y'all. I've had them tell me they got the right to blow my head off no matter what, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. So I try and stay 3 or 4 steps ahead of them. Now, as far as the mayors in New Orleans go, we used to have the New Orleans Recreational Department, NARD, for people who don't know. And they would have this thing where when you made 14, you can get a summer job working at the summer camps in the city. It was Moron Morial. That's what I call him, Mark Morial. I call him Moron Morial, who got rid of that. Let me just dive into New Orleans for a minute, for everybody that's here. In New Orleans, we had public swimming pools. The YMCAs didn't have swimming pools there. We had public swimming pools, and basically you had to wait until a public swimming pool was open to possibly go swimming. The city was what funded it. We didn't have the pleasure of being able to go swimming every day. Sometimes the pool was open. Sometimes it was supposed to be open and they wouldn't open it. It was just a hit or miss. Um, Moron Moriel redirected the funds for Nord to everything else. So basically, that ended the swimming programs. That ended the summer camps. For those of you who don't know, we used to go to summer camp in New Orleans in the summertime, and basically it was a Monday through Friday where we would go and learn and have fun and do different things like that. But it was kind of a way to keep the kids out the street. And Moron Moriel got rid of that, and well, more and more youngsters started getting in more and more trouble because they didn't have nothing to keep them occupied. So, and as far as a red mayor, I don't think New Orleans, as long as I can remember, has ever had a Republican mayor. Okay, y'all still have them in Austin. Shout out to Austin too. I think last year I finally got the chance to go around Austin on that toll road that they built around Austin. That takes you to Interstate 10 now, where you don't have to go through downtown Austin. Because back in the days, boy, you come to Austin, Texas at 3 o'clock in the morning and be caught in a goddamn traffic jam. 7 days a damn week. And I just never understood that. For those of you who never been to Austin, we had the upper level of 35 and the lower level. And it was, you couldn't come through there without sitting in a traffic jam. So they built a toll road to go around all that. And shout out to them for that. Shout out to the state of Texas. I was just in Texas this week just passed. Went out to Midland out there. And then came to San Saba. Yeah, that summer work program was a real good program for teenage kids, because for kids who came up where they didn't have it all, that's how they would buy their school clothes. They would go and work these summer jobs for the city, and once they got their money, when it was time to buy uniforms, they had their own money to buy their uniforms and their tennis shoes and stuff like that to start off school, and that's how that went on. So, and when they got rid of it. So, like I said, for us city folks that grew up in New Orleans, a lot of us don't know how to swim because the swimming pools never stayed open long enough for us to go swim. And as far as getting private lessons, most people don't know where to go. Now, people that grew up in Louisiana in the country, in the Cajun town, Creole town, they go swimming as little boys and girls in the bayou, so they learn young. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, Austin. And, Austin is becoming like an entertainment capital almost with that South by Southwest music festival and everything. But definitely, yeah, I've been to Austin several times. I've been to Austin several times. Austin was Round Rock, I think that is. I used to deliver bad concrete to Round Rock out there. So, I've been pretty much all over the country. I may or may not have been to your section of town, but here now, okay. Yep. So, like I say, I just want the ladies to protect themselves. I really appreciate everybody that was able to catch the live. Oh, okay. I didn't know nothing about that. That float disrespected the mayor of the city. I'm not sure about that float, but Mayor Cantrell has made a fool out of herself since she's been in office. And I'll just leave it at that. What I think about her, I don't think much about her. But down in my hometown in New Orleans, but like I said, I just wanted to tap in with everybody. I want to do more of these live streams. As I said, please bear with me. I'm trying to take the time. I just haven't had the time to sit down and learn how to put the StreamYard link in the chat so you guys and girls can come up and we can fellowship online or whatever. If you don't want your face to be shown but you want your voice to be heard, I'm okay with that. I don't have an issue. Or if you want to come up, like I said, I want to do maybe once a month where I just open the floor up to anybody that come in and what have you. We still got some interviews coming. I got to get eyes and ears on the channel. Shout out to Guns and Journey. I know we had talked about scheduling something. I'm sorry, I got real busy. I'm gonna hit you up after this live stream and see if we can set something up. I'm trying to go in a particular order of people that I want to get up here, but I'm gonna try and bring as many gun tubers as I can on here. Watch the community tab, because when I finally put together this Instagram and I think TikTok account, I'll be posting the links to them, or where you can find me at here on YouTube on the community tab. Excuse me, so you guys and girls can catch me there, since I can stream y'all on multiple platforms. So you guys and girls might be on something else and you might get to see me. I do want to expand the Alert Zone TV and reach more people. I've had to understand that, and this has been recommended to me in the past, and I fought it. And I understand it's my old-fashioned stubbornness that made me do it. I fought it. Shout out to Atumari Outdoors, because I see he just posted a video. I'm trying to catch up with the times. Definitely, you guys and girls know I love the young people. And this channel is not only for the young and the old, but for people who just got legally armed or are thinking about it. You're welcome to it. That's why I spend so much of time teaching on the videos that I post on this channel. Because I always think about, right now as I'm sitting down here doing this, somebody is getting their first gun. Somebody is getting legally armed for the first time. Somebody is firing their first gun, trying to see what it is they like. And I always think about that. I don't ever want this channel to be for one particular group. Hell, I'm bold enough to even say I welcome street dudes and street chicks to this channel. I don't have an issue with them as long as they stick to the real street code. I don't have an issue with them, because I understand the streets keep a lot of us safe. Whether we believe that or not, whether we know that or not, a lot of times street dudes and street chicks saying, hey, this is not going to be appropriate, not going to be tolerated, it keeps us alive. I know when I leave the country and I go into Mexico, basically between law enforcement and them boys, I'm caught in the middle, If them boys wanted to start trouble with me down there, what could I do? But I got to say, knock on wood, every one of them I've met have always made sure that I was safe and that nothing happened to me. So I don't ever speak against the streets like that. I speak against the street dudes and chick wannabes, because they the ones causing all this fucking calamity. Period, point blank. I understand drugs ain't going nowhere, whether you like it or not. Illicit drugs will never leave this planet. It's here to stay, and that's whether you like it or not. I do feel like this. Yep. I do feel like this. You can't have an underworld without law enforcement being involved. You can go back to any mafia movie you want to talk about. You notice law enforcement was always involved. You can even go back to Harlem Nights, even though that was a comedy. You can't have all this without them being involved to an extent. So it just is what it is. I try and keep you guys and girls updated. By the way, they caught them 2 scumbags that killed that little 5-year-old girl, GS Lil Ronnie's daughter. According to one of the women that's supposed to know about this, they didn't know the girl was in the car, but I got it on good note that they gunned him down and then went and killed that little girl. I don't know how true it is. I did hear the shots, and you can hear the sound of automatic fire, rapid fire. So apparently they had switches on them Glocks, and it's just dangerous. And that happened at a car wash. For those of you who don't know, in New Orleans, this had to be about 15 years ago, we had an infamous car wash shooting. You know what? I don't know a lot about this Caleb Wilson or Williams and Angie Stone. I don't know a lot about those stories, so I don't want to speak on them. I'll research them and see what happened. It's my understanding she was the only one who died in this crash, and that she was dead before this crash ever happened. I don't know. This hazing thing, I haven't found out about it yet, so I don't really want to speak on it because I don't want to speak and don't know what I'm talking about and somebody jumped my ass. By the way, if you catching this live or on the replay, when you come in, hit the thumbs up. We got 14 thumbs up. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. This platform will definitely be expanding. There might be some times I might just go live on Instagram or live on TikTok because I might be able to do a little bit more over there than I can here on YouTube. But with that being said, we just about burned out on this second incense. And I just wanted to shout out everybody that catch this channel, The community tab is where it's at here. This is where we're going to be just posting pictures and what have you, For those of you who know, I love, that know me personally, I love wearing Ralph Lauren shirts. I love Ralph Lauren clothing. What's going on, Turmeric? I'm good. So you said one had an AR pistol. Okay. Oh, I know what. So the video I saw, well, hell, I might as well keep going. Shit, we might as well turn it into a freestyle now. We've already talked about the ladies getting legally armed. Hell, let's just have a damn conversation. I'll stay on a little bit longer. The video I saw of this shooting, I saw a video of Lil Ronnie running and the guy's chasing him. When he got off camera, I can hear the rapid gunfire. Yeah. Now, if he's running away from them and that little girl is in the car, that tells me they went and targeted this little girl. That's the word I got. From the video I saw, that seems to make more sense. As a matter of fact, y'all hold 1 second. Sorry about that, everybody. Come, let me grab my cup. Shit. Yeah, I'll stay on with y'all another 10. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, everybody. I had to jump up and take care of something. Yeah, you know what? When I first initially heard that this little girl, I thought she caught innocent gunfire. Then I started hearing, no, they actually went to the car and killed this little girl. And the initial report I saw was one of the neighbors saying she heard a bunch of gunshots, she heard a pause, and then she heard some more. I'm of the mind frame that they went and did this to this little girl. Now, one of the guys was saying he didn't know she was in the car. I'm of the mind frame they targeted this little girl. I don't know. All I know is that shit was scary. As I was saying, about 2000, maybe 2009, maybe 2010 in New Orleans, we had an infamous car wash shooting. Where these three dudes went and shot up this one guy in particular at the car wash, man. And it was like almost a panic in New Orleans. Like when everybody went to go wash their cars, man, everybody was double strapped. Everybody had their pistol, and they had that AK-47, or that SKS, or that 223 laying in close proximity where if something like that happened, we can defend ourselves because we wasn't looking at it like it was targeted. We just thought about this shit happened at a car wash. That shit could have happened to any of us. I think that car, you know what? I don't remember if that was Uptown or not. Okay, so it looked like it was a setup. Yeah, I'm not of the mind frame that he showed up and they just happened to catch him there. You just don't ever know who. We got 16 likes. I appreciate everybody. You just don't never know who. You're gonna hear a whole bunch of conspiracy theories about what was the possible reason that this happened, but I am gonna say this. Even though a lot of us take baby steps to get to something we want to get to, you may think your little fully loaded Toyota Camry is not a big deal. But to somebody who don't have nothing and don't want nothing and want to get it the easy way, they may think this is the world. You never know what people think about you. You know, we always talk about we want to be successful, but with success comes a lot of disdain from you, from people you don't even know. Envy, you're right. Now, for these rappers, let me say this. I think rappers have gotten to the point where they want to live out their lyrics. And the consumer has made them live out their lyrics. On the one hand, we'll tell them they're a fool for throwing away the fact that they became a millionaire. But on the other hand, we tell them they're not real because they're not really doing this type of stuff. Look, rap music is supposed to be entertaining. It's supposed to be for entertainment purposes. Nobody believes that Joe Pesci went around America killing 1 million damn people. Even though all the mob movies he's ever played in, he was a stone killer. Nobody believes Robert De Niro ran a fucking crooked casino. He's always been synonymous with being a mob boss. Scarface. How many of y'all think Al Pacino was going to fucking Colombia really and bringing back 200 and 300 fucking kilos of cocaine a month? It was just entertainment. They're telling the story in the third person. That was what street rap was supposed to be. You're telling the story of the neighborhood. Now, some of these guys really do have talent. They dying as teenagers. These drill rappers, don't get me wrong. I know drill rap is particularly violent. Some of the beats is catchy. Yep. Some of the beats is catchy. Look, I listen to some of it. You know, my youngest son, shout out to him. When I go visit, you know, he turn on some of this stuff and I listen to some of this stuff, you know. But these guys don't need to be out there doing no damn drills. Because you know what? Yep, you're right about that. Look at Lil Durk's situation. I actually like Lil Durk. I think he has talent. That's me personally. He's possibly going to spend the rest of his life in prison. Look at Young Thug. I don't think he should have took that fucking plea deal. I think for the deal he got the raw end of the deal. He should have just fucking fought it. But nevertheless, you know when they're young, when you're young, they tell you two things about the streets. You're going to end up dead or in jail. Most dudes and chicks that spend their lives in the streets don't get out alive or don't get out unscathed. It don't happen. You got some here and there. You a rapper. And the rappers nowadays, with social media, y'all making money that Wu-Tang Clan and all these other people could only have imagined of making at y'all age. Some of y'all are 16 and 17 years old and legitimately making $200,000-$300,000 a fucking week. And you throwing it away on what? That's my only thing. You know what? Yeah, you know what? I think drill rap has taken the killing part of gangster rap. You know what? For whatever y'all might think of him, I want to shout out Shannon Sharp and Club Shay Shay because I listened to the interviews he do and I listened to the questions he asked. And that's why when I brought T Electric on here, I asked him certain questions and, you know, I had somebody tell me that they didn't like that the interview. It was supposed to be an interview. We wasn't doing a live stream to have fun. You have to ask certain questions of certain people. He asked Gilly the Kid something, and Gilly pointed out a real fact. He said the problem with the streets is they've celebrated the shooter and not the dude that's making money. And for those, Birdman's brother Terrence Gangsta Williams has pointed that out. When he was in jail before he got out, he said, "I never seen this many broke killers come to prison in my life." He said everybody was coming back there that was flat broke, but they was back there on multiple murder charges. When we came of age, drug dealers in the underworld were celebrated, but not the hitmen. Most people didn't even know who their hitmen were. We didn't celebrate a guy being in the street and being broke. With drill rap, it celebrates the brokest and no talentless dudes in the group have become the most famous. They're more famous than the fucking rapper. The rapper is not being killed because he's into drilling. He's being killed because his friend does all the drills. So his friend goes to prison broke and the rapper dies with all the fucking money. Imagine that. Let's think about that for 1 minute. In New Orleans, we got a song called Crack Slangers. Gregory D made this song back in 90, 91. Go to YouTube after this live stream and look that song up. Gregory D, Crack Slangers. Listen to the lyrics of that song real good. It's about drug dealing. But it talks about the dealer and it talks about not killing people. I mean, it just talks about the life of a drug dealer. That's how I grew up. When I grew up, the drug dealers was the cleanest dudes in the neighborhood. They were very respectful. For whatever you like, whatever you think about what they did. Hi, Miss Johnson. Hi, Mr. Smith. Hey, man, get up off this woman porch making all that noise. Hey, bro, y'all can't be out here making all that noise. Hey, when them old folks come, y'all got to get out of their way. I grew up in that era. But I watched all those dudes go to prison or to the graveyard. I watched that. And so the next generation came in. Dudes who would be talking about being on the block for 3 days with the same clothes on. That was never a thing in the street life. To me, it still ain't nothing. To me, all you displaying is your fucking nasty habits. You ain't selling dope that good that you can't fucking go home and brush your teeth and take you a damn shower and eat something and come back out there. Period, point blank. So that's just how I grew up being around those types of dudes. They were very respectful. Don't burn the beans. Yeah, that's why I had to go put some water in them. But nah, man, drill rap, like I said, it celebrates killing to the point that the killer can be broke as I don't know what. These young boys got these switches on these Glocks. and they shooting up everybody but the right person. Zero honor. You right. And I remember the politics. So I had a conversation one day at the hot tub here at the Y. And I was talking to some guys and explaining to them the way the underworld worked. Because one guy had said he had never seen Casino, Scarface, he had never seen none of these movies. And his friend was like, yeah, we had to make him watch this, and that. And I was explaining to them the way the underworld works. The underworld is going to be here whether you like it or not. Your politicians participate in the underworld. All of them. Law enforcement. It's $1 trillion a year fucking business. It's just what it is. I mean, the respectability has left. That's what's wrong. The respectability has left. I wanted to say hola to all of my Americanos that watch this channel. I don't speak a lot on those cartels because I have to be careful because I'm not a Mexican citizen. So I don't want to put myself in harm's way. But I read the articles. I talk to some of the people in the town I live in that talk about that. When the old guard ran the cartels, the respect that went on. All these public massacres that they having out there now, that used to be a no-no. Good fellas, yeah. I tell you what, if you want America to go back to the whole Wild Wild West, that's fine. That's why you got channels like the Alert Zone telling you to get legally armed. So when these fucking bandits come out here thinking they not only gonna walk up in the shopping mall and do a smash and grab, but they gonna try and rob the people that's in the store too, you make it be a fucking shootout at the OK Corral. Yo, Brother Malcolm said this. Your life is the most valuable thing you have. It's the only thing you got. Protect it. And if you got to give it up, don't give it up all by itself. Let it be an even Steven. If you got to give this life up because of a fucking criminal, go down swinging. That's what I say. Go down swinging. It's best to go down swinging than to go down running. You know, everybody is brave until they get caught lacking. All these dudes who talk about being shooters and what have you, it's fun until you go down because you got caught lacking. We as law-abiding citizens don't have to worry about throwing our Glocks because law enforcement coming, because they belong to us. One of the saddest things I saw the video of that rapper Mo3, I think that's his name, running down the interstate and the dude shooting at him. He died in the middle of the fucking interstate, running for his life. That's one of the saddest ways to leave this world. You know what I'm saying? The hell? Netflix came on? Shit, we got a ghost in the damn house. But, so I just think about us as law-abiding citizens, man. Hold on. The fuck this thing came over? I don't know, everybody. Maybe fucking Casper live here. My damn TV just started playing itself. I had Paul Swamp People. Which, by the way, let me get back on that for just a minute. I love Swamp People. That is a dive into what it's like to live in Louisiana if you live in the bayous. That's the way they live. You come through southern Louisiana on Interstate 10. When you go over the Chefaliah Swamp, the Basin Bridge, you see boats out there all the time, especially in the daytime, riding around the boat launch under there. If you pay attention, let's say they had an accident on the bridge or you're a passenger, if you look at the water real good, you'll see the alligators down there. You'll see alligators and shit swimming around, so it ain't nothing new. Excuse me. But, like I was saying, you know, the street code is not what it was. The street code had a code. It don't have one anymore. You know what? I used to carry while trucking, and I stopped because technically it's a federal law to not to is against federal guidelines. And I had an incident where I almost got caught carrying on the road, and uh, I got stopped by the cocaine cowboys uh, in Bristol, Tennessee, at the Tennessee Virginia line on Interstate 81. And man, they searched my car and they found the holster, but they didn't find the gun because for whatever reason, before I left, I took the gun off the truck. And he had explained to me, had they found that gun on the truck, because I left Louisiana and was going to Virginia, once I crossed state lines, I had committed a federal crime. So, and then they could have got me for Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee for yeah, most 18-wheeler drivers, I shouldn't say this, but we don't have firearms. Because now my understanding, they're fighting to get this law passed so we can carry on the road, but that makes us sitting ducks a lot of times. There's guys out here and girls that do carry. I just decided it wasn't worth the risk because when I was younger, I got stopped too many times by law enforcement. And when you in a semi, they don't need a reason. The Department of Transportation don't need probable cause to stop you like in the car. They can stop you just because. And yeah, they told me I would have faced 10 years federal time for going across state lines. They was gonna notify every state outside of Louisiana that I came there with an illegal firearm. Which then those states could have pursued charges against me. So it was a lot of time I would have been looking at. So I just decided it wasn't worth taking the chance on getting caught. By that time, I had already been to all the hoods I wanted to go to. Yep, laws backwards. I had been to all the hoods and everywhere I wanted to go to, so I just decided I'm going to just have to play it safe. But yeah, I'm not going to tell you to run up on a truck driver because some of these guys and girls carry out here and they say they just rather take the chance. For me, with my luck, nah, I'll be the one that they catching. There ain't nobody in prison I want to see. Well, passengers is not able to carry because what they did is made the vehicle illegal to have a firearm in. Now, you can take your semi and go and buy a particular firearm in the city you live in or what have you, and go home in it if you bobtailing. There's been times I've stopped out on the way home here in Iowa to pick up a firearm, and I was in the semi, and I picked it up. Brownells, shout out to Brownells in Grinnell, Iowa. They have truck parking. So I've been through that several times in the semi and picked up a firearm or ammunition or whatever, and I just came straight home. I didn't ride around with it. I came straight home and got it off the truck, but technically under the law, we're not supposed to have them. I know it sucks. It's bullshit. Put it like this. If somebody ever decided to get up in my truck, I got what I need in there to protect me because it's close quarters. Standing from outside though, well, what could you do, you know? At the end of the day, I still have to think about, I have to still be able to maintain a lifestyle outside of prison. So I don't like it. It sucks. But you know what? I have seen truck drivers. I heard of them being robbed. I have seen robbers get beat damn near to death. In Baytown, Texas, Thompson Road, exit 789, there's a Flying J truck stop there. I remember when it first opened, there was two dudes that was going around robbing truck drivers. And what they would do is, as guys would walk in between the trucks to go to the truck stop, they would pull up on them in the car and rob them. Well, they robbed this one guy, and he jumped on the CB and called it out. and they spotted one of these guys, and the driver took off and left his partner. And his partner got chased, and we caught him in a truck stop, and he had so many hands and feet going upside his head that he almost got killed. And they had to wind up calling the ambulance, and they charged him with armed robbery and what have you. So. You don't have to get a lot, listen. You don't have to get one of those. You don't have to get one of those to find one. You know who I'm answering because I saw that comment in the comment section. So, with that being said, it's been over an hour. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We done burned a couple incense. This was supposed to be a 30-minute thing, but I enjoy engaging with y'all so much, I just decided I'm going to go longer. Just shout out to everybody that really rocks with the alerts on TV. Okay, that's good. I wish they would bring those rules over. Now, it's my understanding, under Donald Trump, they're going to try and make this basically lawful for the Reciprocity Act federal, and then make it where truck drivers that are able to legally be armed can carry on the trucks. Now, if we can get this done, oh yeah. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all for even tuning in, Let me say this before I get out of here. The Alert Zone TV consists of the supporters. If it wasn't for y'all, I would be just some loudmouth dude talking about guns and having people telling him to shut the fuck up and stop being a coward and you don't need a gun. That's what you got your hands for. The channel is growing. We get more and more positive feedback with these live streams. So, like I said, I got a lot of interviews coming. We're going to do open floors. Hopefully tonight, my daughter can help me get this done. My youngest daughter. Get me an Instagram and a TikTok set up. We can just take this thing. It's already a worldwide movement. I know we on in Mexico. I've had people from Brazil, the UK, Canada. I even had a couple Australians hit me up. The other night, somebody was watching from Hawaii. I know that's a state, but it's still out in the Pacific, so it's a worldwide movement, man. Shout out to everybody that rock with this channel, though. I really, really appreciate y'all. And shout out to anybody that supports the Second Amendment media, whether it be this channel or another channel. Thank you to everybody that was able to catch the live stream. You could have been doing something better with your time, but you chose to spend it with me. Yep. So, yep. All right, dad-in-law. All right, but shout out to you. Man, I love firearms. I love the Second Amendment. I love to see people protecting themselves. I have the utmost respect for real gangster dudes and real gangster chicks. I do not, let me repeat that. I do not have an issue with people that's in the street as long as they following the code. I don't. You guys and girls know here in the Alert Zone TV, just a worldwide movement. I made a video strictly for people who immigrated to America, that's residents or that became naturalized citizens. Some people criticize me for it, but I don't care. Look, as long as you're able to be legally armed here, man, practice your Second Amendment rights. Because you know what? If I come to your country, I want somebody in your country to tell me what is it that we do here to protect ourselves. That's why I encourage that. We not anti nothing here. We not even anti law enforcement. We just pro justice. Do your job and we'll back you up. Which, by the way, I wanted to say this. Rest on to the officer in New Jersey. I seen the story where New Jersey cop, they got a call about some teenagers having firearms, and when the cop pulled up on the scene, he didn't even get to get out the car. They lit him up. You know, I know a 14-year-old was involved. Shout out to that officer and his family. You know, I don't know a lot about his service record, but I understand he was a young officer, and I always notice it's majority of the time these young officers that's new to the job that usually has a decent record that keep losing their life. So shout out him, condolences to his family. Shout out to William Fratelli because he's a member of law enforcement, but he's always supported this channel, and I support him. Look, I support anybody that want to do the right thing. It's just that simple. With that being said, if you catch this on the replay, hit me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Give this a thumbs up. If you like this channel, share it. If you agree or disagree, send it to somebody you might disagree with. Maybe they might want to have a discussion with me. But just shout out to everybody. A weekly live stream. You know what? I'm working on setting up my schedule where I can do a live stream at least once a week. I want to try and do one daily. It may not always be an hour. It might be 30 minutes, 45 minutes, but I definitely want to do a lot more live streaming because I really enjoy this live streaming. I just know when I'm going to do firearm content, I can't do it live because YouTube won't let me live stream and show a firearm off. So definitely you guys and girls going to see more live streaming on this channel. With that being said, I just want to give an inspiration. I'm going to start doing this at the end of any live stream that we do. If you have a passion for anything in this world, you can do it. Give it your all. Take your time. Learn the ins and outs and go for it. If your passion is cars and you want to own 1,000 cars, find out what it is, what it's going to take, and work on it. You can do it. Whatever it is in this world, if you have a talent, we all have a talent. Find the best way to maximize your talent. And if it's a real talent that has the possibility to be passed on for generations, pass it down. And swamp people, they love hunting. Those people are eating off the land. They're able to feed their families off the land. Here at the Alert Zone TV, it started as I was just gonna make a YouTube channel, and it's grown. From High Alert TV, even getting shut down from High Alert TV and starting the Alert Zone TV, and it's growing. I really love firearms. I may not know the ins and out of a firearm as far as telling you all the mechanisms, but I know I can talk to the average firearm owner. And firearms are my passion. I love them. I'm going to continue buying and collecting them. I don't know about that guy, but nevertheless, whatever talent, whatever passion you have, if you want to do something, do it. Let this channel and other channels inspire you. You don't have to do it on social media. You can do it in your private life. If you're just somebody that loves cars and you just want to build your car collection, you don't have to live stream everything. You don't have to post everything on social media. But take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. Be safe out here. Keep your head on the swivel. And the incinerator. I wouldn't mind talking to the guy. I wouldn't mind talking to him. But, like I said, take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay armed. Stay on high alert. The incinerator is burned out. Appreciate everybody that tuned into the live stream and that gave us a thumbs up. Look at the couple hours from now. Check the community tab. I should already have this Instagram thing figured out, so I can start posting on Instagram. Stay safe. Stay armed. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Stay on the high alert.